champagne bottle, you know, just about to burst. There are so many positive things happening in this city. We have a little bit more to push through. We've got to get that cork all the way out.
On behalf of Pacific Gas and Electric, it was an outstanding day. We're really excited just to be here and be able to share with the Fresno Metro Black Chamber. We're so thankful to be a part of our collaboration with you guys. We look forward to stronger collaboration in the future. This has been a fantastic expo. Great job.
A great event for us. We really appreciate being here with PG&E. So thank you very much to the Fresno Metro Black Chamber.
Great expo. I think Tate Hill is doing a magnificent job, and we just really look forward to working with him.
I'm really happy to see all you guys putting this together, and it makes me feel like it's worthwhile as a volunteer to be involved in something like this.
You should do this every year. This was absolutely wonderful, great turnout. And next year, of course, we'll have the television stations on Comcast Cable to be able to promote this for you as well.
It was wonderful. It's really, really good. There's a lot of information you can get here, so I really enjoyed it. Expo was fantastic, very informational, and it was just a pleasure to see what was going on throughout the community in the Fresno area and to see its influence and what we are planning for the future.
My name is Rick Nelson from PG&E Supply Diversity. The expo has been really great. We have an opportunity to sit down and work one-on-one with a lot of great suppliers as we continue to assess their competency in certain opportunities available with PG&E. I look forward to participating next year as well.
But we did have one of our partnering organizations that are with us on this morning, the Fresno Area Hispanic Chamber, and we have Gaston that's over there. And why don't you come up? We just wanted to have them have some brief comments before we go into our workshops. We appreciate the support and the collaboration that we have with the Fresno Area Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and we want to have Gaston Ciganetti come up, who is the new chair of the Fresno Area Hispanic Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you. Thank you. Just welcome everybody. We appreciate the opportunity to be here with partner with the Black Chamber. In fact, they are a part of our building. We are in downtown, and they just recently moved to the building. The Fresno Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is, together with the Fresno Hispanic Foundation, we work pretty tight in the community. We look for different opportunities to help small business owners. Obviously, we work with the Hispanic community, that's our name, but we open the doors to everybody. Anybody who looking for any kind of funding to start a business, they need help with a business plan. They need help with even getting any kind of permits. We help to connect the small business owners. We show them how to even run a business and the financial part. We do different workshops. We work with a lot of the partners that you guys have in the community. We work with them also, like a PG&E is a great sponsor for us too. So we're really tied in the community. I think that's a great I would say, tie that we create with the Black Chamber, because we, no matter whatever color you are, race, ethnicity, I think the bottom line, we want to improve Fresno. And whether it is through the Hispanic community, the Latino community, we have Hmong community. I mean, there is different type of community, and I think this is a great event to be part of it, and we are really happy to be here. And we have some information for some people that they don't know about the Chamber of Commerce, the Fresno Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and how we can help you to integrate. A lot of people are looking to penetrate the Hispanic market. It's one of the fastest growing, markets in the community, and we love to share some ideas. And we have Jackie here. She's the main person in our office. She's in charge of making sure that we help different businesses, and we're looking forward to help you. We have some information, some package information. I don't know, maybe if someone's had any question about our chamber, please take some time, and we are here. Thank you. Thank you for the invite.
Things we're doing in our community, and we look forward to continued success as we move forward to bringing new entrepreneurs into our community. And that's one thing we stress at The Advocate, is bringing in new entrepreneurs and highlighting them. There's a number of small businesses in our community, mom and pop shops, if you want to call them, but they are great businesses, and they come into the community and they fill a void, and it's just great to be part of this partnership with the Black Chamber. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mark Chamber. Thanks for helping.
And we at Coca-Cola Broadcasting are programming many channels. In fact, if you don't mind right now, just so that I'll know, how many of you have cable at home? Okay, how many of you have satellite at home? How many of you watch free over-the-air television? That's about the percentage. Well, just so that you'll know, there are 50 free channels that you can have for absolutely nothing. All you need is an antenna. And we're programming 25 of those 50 channels from our company out on Palm and Herndon. So if you go to Radio Shack and spend $20, $29.95 for an antenna, you can get 50 free channels. Now I know you won't get your Fox, and you won't get your ESPN, and you won't get your CNN, and you won't get your Discovery and all those channels, but you will get the new Bounce TV, which is the new African American network. It's on our channel 4.2. And we also program 2 Hmong channels and 4, it's actually 5 or 6 Hispanic channels now. So let me put in a word for Radio Shack. $29.95 and 50 free channels. Thank you for having us today.
This time, we have our very own Mayor, Ashley Swearingen, who we love her because she's not only a community partner, but she means business. And it's time to be talking to people and in this community so that we can get business going, because there's a lot of jobs that we need to get in this valley. And so we are grateful that Ashley has been dedicated to just that. So if you could welcome Mayor Ashley Swearingen.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much. That's the 144th, by the way. So everyone give a round of applause. They're staying. Speaking of jobs, they're staying. We're so pleased to welcome some F-15s to Fresno this coming August, which is going to be terrific. Well, good afternoon. It is always a pleasure to be here and to join the Fresno Metro Black Chamber with the really, really terrific and important events that you all do. I just came back from San Jose just moments ago, meeting with the Silicon Valley Leadership Group and the other mayors of California's 10 largest cities, talking about some important things that need to be done statewide to support the type of business growth that you're talking about here. So I love going from Silicon Valley and sitting at the table with some of the tech leaders in the world, and then coming to Fresno and seeing some of the most dynamic, entrepreneurial, talented CEOs right here in our own backyard. So I'm just inspired by kind of going back and forth between the two. So I'm very pleased to be here. I wanted to start by saying a special thank you to the host committee that made this event possible. Your efforts do not go unnoticed. It is really important what you're doing here. So thank you to PG&E, to AT&T. Special thanks to Commissioner Simon from the California Public Utilities Commission. And by the way, the PUC is going to have a board meeting in Fresno on May 10th, and they'll have a series of meetings leading up to that. So if you're interested in meeting directly with some of the commissioners, let my office know, because we're coordinating some advanced meetings they're doing on May 9th. So we want to say a special thank you to Commissioner Simon and the others in advance for coming to Fresno and actually conducting their business here which doesn't normally happen. And then, of course, the Minority Business Development Agency out of San Francisco, which I'll talk about in just a moment. Mark McComas, thank you for your work on behalf of President Obama and the SC2 initiative. And then a special congratulations to those of you who are being recognized today. ITT Technical Institute, Enterprise Rent-A-Car, the Fresno Housing Authority, Clovis Unified, I see us here, and then of course Gary Kukola, whom we just heard from. You guys are all doing incredible work, and we're pleased to be able to recognize you today. You know, I feel like in Fresno, we are a champagne bottle that's been shaken up for 3 years, and yet no one's quite let the cork out. Do you know what I'm talking about? That feeling of we're so close. There are so many incredible dynamic things that are happening in this city, and it's certainly not just been in the last 3 years, although I'm very mindful of that time period because it's been the time that I've been in office and been helping to shake it up as best I can. But really this probably predates all of us by about 10 years or so. But this is an exciting time for Fresno, and don't get me wrong, I understand we are still in the middle of very difficult financial times. We certainly still have a ways to go in my own agency to make sure we are a financially stable organization, but we've done a lot of work to get there, and we're very close and within a few steps of really being on solid financial ground. But in the middle of all of the distress that we've had to live through, and in the middle of all the headlines reminding us every day about the bad things that are going on, don't you sense that something very powerful and transformative is happening in Fresno? I mean, you're entrepreneurs. That's why you start your business, because you see an opportunity. Entrepreneurs are the most hope-filled people in America. And Fresno's entrepreneurs are the ones who are bringing hope every day to Fresno. And I want to congratulate you for doing that. When I look across the landscape in Fresno and consider, you know, why is it that I feel that way? What's going on that is leading to this feeling of optimism despite all of the remaining dreary news that we hear every day? I look at this very event and the work that the Fresno Metro Black Chamber is doing, and I put you guys on my list of why I'm optimistic for Fresno and the work that you're doing to help build capacity among local minority business owners and women-owned businesses. This really matters, and shoring up the capacity, because you guys are going to grow. You got to get ready for growth. You should not be asking yourself the question anymore as to whether or not you're going to grow. You are going to grow, so get ready for it. Invest your time and your energy in building a solid foundation to provide for that growth, because it is happening. And you're one of the reasons why I'm optimistic about Fresno. I look at things like the Buy Local initiative that started with business owners coming together in the Greater Fresno Area Chamber, kicking off a campaign, and then the City of Fresno continuing that over the last 3 years with our Buy Local initiatives, our local business directories that now end up in the hands of 250,000 consumers in Fresno every quarter. Our Local Bites initiative that just brings people out to dinner and reminds them that when you spend your dollars locally, it goes a lot farther in helping advance Fresno's economy. You know, some of these businesses got together and said, you know, we need our own organization that's for local, independently owned and operated businesses. That's called Fresno Regional Independent Business Alliance, FREBA. They bring us Restaurant Week. They do other kinds of promotions to remind people to shop locally. And so many of them are minority and women-owned businesses. And it's really opening a door for our local business community. And the consumers are responding. And what we see is Fresnans starting to take pride again in the products and the services that are available and made right here in Fresno. And again, that is a sign of optimism in my view. I look at what's happened in just 2 years with the Fresno Food Expo. I can tell you story after story after story of minority-owned, women-owned businesses that got their start because of the Fresno Food Expo, because somebody finally aggregated demand for them and gave them an opportunity to put their products on display and compete with the best of the best, and have a chance to put their products on the shelves of major international companies like Walmart and Trader Joe's and Tony's Fine Foods and Whole Foods. People like Flavia Flores from PDQ. How many of you know about PDQ? Launched their business last year at the Fresno Food Expo, opened a storefront about halfway through this last year, is now manufacturing 100,000 units a year, doing an incredible job, minority-owned, woman-owned business. Deb's Gourmet got her started at the Food Expo. Now she's in 8 western states. Manufacturing flavored jalapenos. How many of you have tried a flavored jalapeno? It's very hot, I have to warn you. I can't eat it, but I'm so glad that there's a market for it because she's doing incredible stuff. I talked to another woman-owned business at the Food Expo a couple of weeks ago who started the previous year also at the Expo. Do you know she quadrupled her business in the last year because of the Expo? Incredible results. And then I met for the first time a lady who started her business at this last expo called the Dairy Goddess. Anybody heard of the Dairy Goddess? Incredible dairy products manufactured here in Fresno, and this incredible woman-owned business. So again, when you, that's just it. You know, a few of the examples of the companies that we're starting to see thrive here in Fresno, and another reason for my optimism. I look at the fact that President Obama picked Fresno, one of 6 cities in the country, to be a part of his signature domestic policy with the Strong Cities, Strong Communities program that he just signed into executive order 3 weeks ago when we were back in D.C., made it permanent, no longer a pilot program. Why would he pick Fresno? I mean, yeah, you should apply. You know, anybody who would claim that this is just a political stunt to try to pull, you know, people towards, you know, re-electing President Obama, he's got California. I mean, I don't think they're, you know, and I'm speaking against my own party here. Let's call it what it is. It wasn't a political thing. It was a let's help that community because they have some good plans in place. We need to demonstrate that when there's local leadership and good plans, the federal government can be a partner, not just an obstacle. And that's frankly a large part of why SC2, or why Mark McComas is here today from the Minority Business Development Agency office in San Francisco. He's part of the team that was assigned to help you and to help Fresno grow its businesses. So, you know, terrific opportunity. And then lastly, high-speed rail. You know, I get that there is a financial risk. I've run the numbers and I know them inside and out, and I can tell you I'm comfortable with the level of risk. I'm working every day to make sure that the train avoids high-impact, high-value businesses with engineering solutions. We want to minimize those kinds of very real issues that come when you build a train through your city. But $6 billion of investment in Fresno, literally ticking off the entire state that we got the money here. I mean, let's just take a step back for a minute and realize that more than half of the criticism of this project is coming from LA. And I don't mean the city of LA, because Mayor Villaraigosa is very supportive of it starting here, but LA transportation officials who are mad that it's not starting there. That's where most of the criticism in California is coming from. Let's stand up and say, you're darn right it starts in Fresno. It makes sense here. Our minority-owned businesses need a chance to bid on these contracts. We want to compete with the best, and we want to benefit from this major infrastructure project in the immediate term, as well as in the long term with the connectivity that the project will provide. So again, a champagne bottle, you know, just about to burst. There are so many positive things happening in this city. We have a little bit more to push through. We've got to get that cork all the way out. We have to deal with our financial issues at City Hall. We have to stay the course, but we're doing so with the mindset of expansion, preparing for opportunity, because it is here. And if we're not ready, and if, you know, then we will miss perhaps the greatest opportunity in the last 50 years in Fresno. And I know that's why all of you are here today. So again, congratulations to the Fresno Metro Black Chamber. Thank you for being here. Thank you to the sponsors. And congratulations to the entities that are being recognized here today. You guys are a part of what is making this a very exciting time in Fresno. So thank you so much, and God bless.
So I will call him up at this time. Please welcome Tate Hill once again.
Isn't our MC doing a great job? Yes. Well, again, we want to thank everyone for joining us on today. We want to give a special acknowledgement to all of our sponsors that have helped to make this this endeavor happen. This is really the catalyst of an initiative that our Chamber Foundation and our Chamber Board of Directors is putting forward. So again, we would like to thank PG&E for its continued support. This is not the first time PG&E has supported us, but they have always been a strong supporter, even when it used to be the San Joaquin Valley Black Chamber of Commerce. So we appreciate the support of PG&E, AT&T, Comcast, Bank of America, also Citibank, which provided some great last-minute support, and all of our ethnic media. We believe it is so important to utilize and to leverage our media resources. Sources like the California Advocate that's been Yeah, you all can clap for the advocate. Mark was showing me some old papers from the 70s, you know, just chronicalizing the history of Fresno's African American community. And they're such a rich resource. And all the other ethnic media through Coca-Cola Broadcasting and NorCal Bounce that supports not only our efforts, but supports small and local business. And all of our exhibitors, many that have traveled from the Bay Area, from Southern California, to be with us on today. And so we don't count it a small feat that you're here today supporting and connecting and hopefully educating our small businesses within this community. So I do have a couple of questions I want to ask you, so we're going to do a little participation here. Who wants to help alleviate poverty and unemployment in Fresno? Anyone interested in doing that? Okay. Well, micro enterprise and small businesses are a great way to address that. 2/3 of all new businesses are created by small micro enterprises. Earlier I shared with the group that 90% of minority-owned businesses hire other minorities. So if we're looking to address urban poverty and joblessness in Fresno, minority businesses are a great resource to help with that. Who would like to help accelerate then the growth of small businesses? If we're saying small businesses are one of the answers, who would like to help accelerate their growth? Anyone? Okay. Well, I'm glad you agree with that. One of the ways that we can do that is to leverage the purchasing power of some of our anchor institutions. We have some of them here: Fresno Unified, EOC, the City of Fresno. Some of our organizations that are doing millions of dollars of purchasing that can really support our small and minority businesses. And we're doing that by helping align them to the opportunities that are here in Fresno. And so what we're doing as the Fresno Metro Black Chamber of Commerce, we've started a new initiative, and PG&E is helping to support with that, is to look at how do we increase the capacity of small and minority businesses right here in the valley. How do we increase regional supplier diversity right here in our area? How do we provide resources for small businesses so they have the capacity to actually compete? And so that is what our Business Diversity Project would have, which has two components. One is economic development, which is supplier diversity, and then around human resources. We think it's both important to look at who's in that company, who's the management, who's the employees, but then also who that business does business with. We believe that there's a number of examples across the nation around how communities are utilizing diversity as a mechanism to revitalize their communities, to create opportunities for minority communities, for urban communities. And we have some examples of how that's working right here in our own community. Organizations like the Fresno Area Hispanic Chamber, Fresno West Coalition, they have microloan programs that create avenues for minorities to get access to capital, which we've been talking about today. We also see that it's important to do business training. And today is really the catalyst of our Get Fit series. And you think about getting fit, getting financially ready, having internet savviness, and also being green or tech smart. And so all these things are going to help our small businesses to be competitive. So when the high-speed rail, as that goes forward, our other infrastructure projects, our corporate sponsors want to do business, that our small businesses are prepared and ready to work with them. It's so important that we take diversity as a strategy, as was mentioned earlier by Victoria Gomez, that diversity is a business strategy. And we believe that we've heard the proverb about how it takes a village to raise a child. Well, we believe it takes a village to raise this village. It's going to take our concerted effort collectively to address the many challenges that we have within our community, but also to leverage the opportunities that we have. And that's why we're so excited about this new initiative to really train and support businesses that want to grow and to expand. We have a number of our businesses here. One's like On Point Medical. Where's Lawrence at? Lawrence Thomas. I saw him here earlier. Lawrence Thomas, who has expanded his business. Our businesses like Vision One that are growing their business. These types of businesses need support. They need our support, and they have the capacity to do business. And so our program is going to be able to be that support to help these businesses expand. So we're really excited about this opportunity. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done as it relates to supplier diversity and expanding those opportunities. And that's why today we're excited to have a person that I've come to admire that is doing great work. The organization does really great work, and that is our keynote speaker, Orson Aguilar. Orson is the executive director of the Greenlighting Institute. It's a multi-ethnic coalition originally founded to combat redlining by banks and to create reinvestment in low-income communities. And it's been doing that for 40 different community-based organizations, faith-based, civic right, immigration right groups. Orson is an expert as it relates to banking and housing policy, economic development, youth leadership, and social justice policy. I'm not going to read his whole bio. You have it in our great programs here. But Orson Greenlighting is a true advocate for business diversity and supporting communities of color and low-income communities, not only here in our region, but throughout the United States. And so we're glad to introduce our keynote speaker, Mr. Orson Aguilar.
I want to thank you, Tate, for inviting the Greenlighting Institute to speak with you all today. Good afternoon. How is everybody doing? Great, great. Well, I just really, let's give another big round of applause to Tate for the great work he's doing. I have to say that we're really excited at Greenlighting to have a partner in Tate and the Fresno Black Chamber of Commerce here to really, roll up our sleeves together, work in partnership, and to do some of the things that he's talking about. Why is this important? Why is the issue of minority business empowerment, black business empowerment important to us at Greenlighting? And a lot of this, is very consistent with what Tate just said. We see growing poverty in the suburbs. You see rising income inequality in the U.S. So one of the things that we just saw with this current crisis was that not everybody's boat sank. Actually, some boats got bigger during the crisis, and we know a lot of the folks we know, a lot of boats sank and many boats disappeared. We see stubbornly high unemployment in communities. We see growing diverse communities. So we see the demographics shifting, not only in California, but throughout the country. But at the same time, we see growing purchasing power, where these diverse communities every day are flexing their muscles through the purchases that they make. So as I was preparing for this talk that Tate asked me today, and as Natalia Brown, who was with me, helped prepare me, I was looking for some research, and I came across a website in the UK. So there's an association of black entrepreneurs in London, and they gave a summary of kind of what's happening there. So one, they talked about the fact that minority businesses are growing rapidly in the UK. We see the same here. We see the same in Fresno County, where I believe over half of the minority businesses are minority owned. We see that these are diverse businesses. So, it's not just the stereotypical barber shop or the mechanic or the panaderia. It's much more. It's financial services, it's construction, very professional services, and this is where the growth is. they found that their businesses had no access to capital. And when there was access to loans, that oftentimes these loans came at a higher cost than loans offered to other individuals. And then one thing that they found was when they did the research in the UK, they found that their black entrepreneurs were not getting their fair share of contracting dollars. So when I looked at this website, I said, no, same thing is happening here in America. Same thing is happening in California. Same thing is happening in Fresno. Same kind of set of indicators. More growth, more minority businesses, but yet we still see some really stubborn obstacles when it comes to capital and contracts. So I'll tell you a little bit about what we're doing at the Green Lining Institute and how those efforts really overlap and parallel with what you're doing here. So first of all, we really believe in access to capital. We see, unfortunately, SBA numbers on the decline, especially for businesses of color. But we also see a lot of new promising efforts for getting people capital. You see, folks like Starbucks, trying to figure out how they can help by, you purchasing a small bracelet, creating, a bigger pool of micro-enterprise loans. Contracts is a major issue. How do we get more of our entrepreneurs these contracts? And as a lot of our coalition members say, they don't just want contacts anymore, they want contracts. Tired of talking, we're tired of going to Expo after Expo. A lot of our businesses are ready for the contract, and we got to get it to them. And then finally, technical assistance. We recognize that every business, no matter at what stage it's at, needs some type of technical assistance. This is why some of the most sophisticated companies, Fortune 100 companies, get other CEOs on their board, because that CEO on their board is offering them technical assistance. So technical assistance is not something that you do just for the small businesses. It's not a stereotype that says, well, you need help. It's just the truth. Everybody needs help no matter where you're at. So we're looking at 3 key areas moving forward. So one is definitely the efforts at the California Public Utilities Commission, which was mentioned earlier today. There's no secret and no surprise as to why PG&E and AT&T have some of the most robust supplier diversity programs in the nation. One is we have good people working at PG&E, but you also have a commission who is asking PG&E and AT&T how they're doing on supplier diversity. Green Lining issues an annual report card where we look at the top 6 utilities. This will be coming out in 2 months, and hopefully many of you will be at an unveiling event that we're going to have in June for this. But again, the commission, Commissioner Simon, Commissioner Peavy, Commissioner Sandoval, Florio, and Farron, the reason why they care about supplier diversity is because there's actually state legislation that was passed by Gwen Moore, prominent African-American assemblywoman, passed legislation that said the CPUC has to do this. So again, we need teeth. We need to put this in enforcement codes for it to work. We're also working a lot at the federal level with the Offices of Minority Women Inclusion. These are new offices that were created under the Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform Act. Congresswoman Maxine Waters put this legislation in the bill. It says that now financial institutions, whether they be banks or others, credit unions, also have to participate in supplier diversity, which is why I'm surprised that we don't see more banks and that we don't see more credit unions here, but I'm sure in the future you'll see more of them sponsoring these types of events. And then third, look at what else is happening there. So in the newspapers about a couple of weeks ago, there was an article on Chrysler. Chrysler is one of is emerging companies getting back on its feet, but they are really using supplier diversity in their practices and really holding people accountable. An example of what Chrysler is doing is that if they give a big contract to a non-diverse firm, because oftentimes we don't have diverse firms in every area, but these large contracts are allowed to do subcontracts. So what Chrysler is doing is saying, if you don't subcontract with minority businesses, we're going to pull your contract. And there's some cases of them actually doing that. So again, top down, there needs to be a policy, and then we need to hold people accountable to that. But we need to do a lot more. I'm following my notes today on my iPad. I love my iPad, but I also have a love-hate relationship with it because I'm pretty sure that not one black business touched this through the assembly line. Not one Latino business touched it. And for that matter, probably not one American-owned company touched this as it was being made. And yet, Apple is one of the richest countries on earth. They have no philanthropy program, no supplier diversity program. So I'm only going to be happy once these folks get with the program, and also when we see their logo at these events, which we know can happen, but can only happen if groups like Greenlining, groups like the Fresno Black Chamber, and others really work in coalition. We get organized, but if we also just explain to folks the value that this is not charity, this is not some welfare program, it's not some feel-good program, it's the right thing to do if we truly want strong local economies as we're talking about. Thank you. So I look at the work that Tate is doing, and it couldn't be better. He's putting here together what you call anchor institutions. So many of the exhibitors that are here are going to be here for the long haul. Hopefully the rail will be here for the long haul, and we'll see it come through here in many years, and we'll see minority businesses take a big piece of that $6 billion. Not pennies of that $6 billion, but a proportionate 50%. If 50% of the local businesses are minority, why shouldn't $3 billion of that go to minority businesses, which then goes to employing folks in communities that are unemployed? So organizing these anchor institutions around a common agenda is what we really need to do. It's a very targeted approach, it's very focused, and it's a very smart approach. So that's why we're just really excited to support Tate and the Chamber. Greenlining is, our offices are in Berkeley, but we're a state and national organization. We recognize that organizations like ours have to do more in areas such as Fresno, the San Joaquin Valley. But we promise that we'll be here. If Tate sticks around, I promise to stick around, and together we're going to do some really great things. So I want to thank you all for letting me speak to you today, and just really look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you.
As we prepare to go to our afternoon workshops, I want to let you know that it doesn't end right now. And we have some great workshops. I mean, you are going to kick yourself later if you do not go to these workshops that we have prepared for this afternoon. And I'm just going to, mention them to you because you said, well, maybe, I didn't read the program. I was just enjoying the overall piece. So this afternoon, there's 3 workshops that are taking place called Cracking the Code of Advertising and Social Media for Business. Wow, cracking the code of advertisement. That's going to be a great one. And that's all of our workshops this afternoon are sponsored by AT&T. Then at 2:45, we have one on managing or recruiting and maintaining staff. If you're an employer, whether you're a big or small business, you can say, okay, what are the things I need to do to make sure I can maintain and retain my employees? How does that work with also diversity? Then you want to hear from Dr. Fred Mora from HRC, which is also one of our members, great on human resources. And then last but not least, there is a workshop called The Pitch, and it's about communicating the value proposition of your company. So you've gotten certified, you got a loan, you got your insurance all together. Now you need to be able to communicate the value that your business provides. As Rick and Victoria And Lou said earlier, it's not just about certification. You have to have the skill sets to be able to communicate that value that your business brings to a potential client. And so you want to hear from Rich Mossert with the Central Valley Business Incubator. A person that has some wide breadth of experience around lending and business practices. So you definitely want to stick around for the workshops that are going to be happening right outside the corridor, and there will be individuals to help you on that. So definitely stick around for the workshops. You want to make sure that you connect with the number of exhibitors that are here. As it was shared earlier from Olivia Fonseca, that there's going to be other high-speed rail workshops, but those are going to have like 1,000 people at it. And it's going to be you and those other 999 that are trying to talk to some of the partners here. Or there are other events. You have the opportunity to connect directly with the program managers, the supplier diversity managers that have come here to connect with you as small businesses. So take full advantage of that opportunity. And then, of course, this afternoon we have our pitch contest. Who thinks that their business is one of the best businesses? Everyone that's in business should have been raising their hand about your business. All right? Maybe we need to do a self-confidence class. But at 4 o'clock, at 4 o'clock we're going to have a session where you're able to pitch your business. You have about 2 minutes to be able to pitch your business, to talk about your business. And the winners of that session have the opportunity to get a business service package that is going to come from our sponsors, ourselves, the Central Valley Business Incubator, to help support you. There's over $5,000 of services that are going to be provided. So you definitely want to make sure you're here at 4 o'clock to pitch your business. And it's also a great opportunity to practice. So just in concluding, we want to also take the opportunity to thank everyone that has helped to make this event happen. It didn't just start today, and it definitely wasn't just Tate Hill. There are a number of individuals, and I want to take this time to thank those individuals. All of our workshop facilitators, and this is just also in your program booklet, all of our workshop facilitators, and I'm actually going to read them because these people were supporting the event. They put in a number of hours to make sure that you have quality workshops. Our workshop facilitators: Eric Johnson, Mark McCummins, Blong Lee, Yeri Oliveras, Michael Moss, Charlene Reynolds, Rick Nelson, Lou Rosas, Jackie Kennedy Harris, Jose Placencia, Rick Keys, Dr. Fred Mora, and Rich Mossert. Let's give them a round of applause. We also want to thank the host committee for supporting, just providing insight and information and resources. Without their support, this event would not be able to take place. We want to thank Cynthia Pollard and the PG&E team, Eric Johnson and AT&T, Mark McCummins, the Minority Business Development Agency, Janice Parker from the Fresno Regional Workforce Investment Board, Michael Moss from the Supplier Clearinghouse, and Douglas Faison from the Office of Commissioner Timothy Simons. So let's give them all a round of applause. And last but not least, the vendors that we have used in this expo. This entire expo has been done by minority-owned businesses. From every aspect of this expo, we use local minority-owned businesses. So if you have a question, well, can minority businesses, do they have the capacity? Can they be used in Fresno? This entire event was done with minority-owned businesses. I'd like to thank Black Stallion. Where are they? They're probably out doing what Black Stallion does best in coordinating. Let's give them a round of applause, Black Stallion. Yes, there they are. Raise their hand. That's part of the team there. Randy and William. Blake's Engraving, which provided all of our awards, and I believe Cleon Blake might be around here somewhere. There he is. And all of our design, all of our materials were done by Paradigm Industries, and he's holding the camera so he can't raise his hand. All right, okay. And last but not least, University Square Hotel. Again, all the vendors that we used here are minority-owned businesses, and we're trying to lead that way to encourage minority-owned business. So again, thank you. Continue to join the rest of the conference.
Hello, my name is Jackie Kennedy Harris. I am the Group Talent Acquisition Manager for Enterprise Holdings, operating Enterprise National Alamo. We are proud to be an honoree of the Diversity Expo, and we support that entirely. I myself started out as a management trainee. My background, I was actually born and raised in England, and my parents are from the West Indies. And I'm a living proof that we really do support diversity and promote in that aspect of it. One of the things that we feel that's important as a business to be successful is that we have to understand other cultures and be able to embrace that. And Enterprise has done an excellent job at really showing that and making our employees successful who may feel like they may not have a great opportunity because of where they're from or what their background entails. We feel that it's important as a business in providing customer service that we want to be able to mirror our community. And our community obviously is very diverse, and some of the things that we feel is important that supports customer service could be something as simple as the language barrier. So how does that play into diversity? Well, not only are we embracing different cultures, we're also giving employees from different backgrounds an opportunity to get into a company, to be successful, to move up into management from different walks of life that has done really well individually. They bring those qualities to our company, and we do support diversity with our committee, and will continue to support diversity because that is a way of our business growing and showing that we are definitely mirroring our community. So with that being said, Enterprise Holdings is very appreciative of this award, and we will continue to show our efforts in the area of diversity. Thank you. Let's take a tour of the facility. Come on. Of our staff.
Tomorrow at Tuesday, and it's for the house is 1,900 square foot. Is that far from morning?
Yeah, it's called
It's the
There's 492 for check.
built in 1998. 1907. How much was that?
907.
For both myself. Okay, I'll let them know if you need it.
My name is Richard Atalano. I'm a Community Development Manager with the Fresno Housing Authorities. I'm here to talk to you today about our Economic Opportunities Program. Within our Economic Opportunities Program, we've developed a process to work with our local contractors when bidding contracts to provide our local minority business contractors an opportunity to provide bids for some of the services that we are contracting. Current federal regulations require that contractors bidding on federal work make a good faith effort to ensure that there's a small minority business participation. We at the Fresno Housing Authorities have taken it a step further. We've developed some processes and procedures that generally hold the larger contractors bidding on the work accountable for making a better good faith effort. The procedures that we have established are very simple to follow. They detail specifically the process by which these contractors have to notify our small minority business contractors. Within that process, they have to give us, the housing authorities, the process that they're going to utilize to notify the contractors. They have to let us know how they advertised to let the contractors know. They have to let us know how, of the contractors that they did contact, what was the results of those contacts, whether they were phone contacts, whether they were by mail, whether they were by advertising in local papers or trade journals. They also have to notify us and let us know that of the contractors that they interviewed, how many of those contractors were actually given contracts. So within this process, all of this has to take place prior to the award of contracts. So what we've done is we've placed the pressure of the good faith effort back on that contractor. And if the contractor wants to receive that contract, they have to prove to us, the housing authorities, that they have done everything within their power to meet that good faith effort. The whole purpose is we do not promise employment. But what we are doing is trying to make the commitment to the community and to our small minority business concerns and contractors to give them an opportunity to at least submit a bid on that work. And most recently, of our smaller contracts, we have more and more of our smaller minority business contractors bidding on the work. The process and the procedures that we utilize seem to be working. And that mainly is because we're doing a lot of training with our contractors. For them to understand this process, we need to explain the processes and procedures. So we at the housing authorities, we also provide to the local community, our contractors and our partners, usually a bi-monthly workshop whereby we meet with them, we talk to them about the good faith effort process that we've established. We explain to them their requirements to meet compliance, and the things that they need to do to notify the community and mostly the minority contractors within the community to give them that opportunity. So we're just trying to bring everybody together and have everybody have the same opportunity to get the work that's out there. Our biggest challenge is making sure that our smaller minority contractors come to the workshops or ask the questions that they need to ask. Because they need to understand that they do have opportunity and the opportunity is available to them. So with that, we're very proud of our Economic Opportunities Plan. Our Board of Commissioners and our Executive Director, Preston Prince, have stepped up and promoted the program. And we're very excited about our program. And we at the Fresno Housing Authorities have been sharing our program throughout the Central Valley. And thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Rebecca Lopez-Crago, and I am the Chief Operations Officer for the Fresno Housing Authority. I am pleased to say that we are a part of the Diversity Expo, sponsored by the Fresno Metro Black Chamber, and most especially proud of our Minority Contractors Business Program, which is led by Richard Atalano, who I'm sure you will hear from or you've heard from him, and who will explain the details of the program. But we are very, very proud of it and have received national acclaim for this program. The Fresno Housing Authority is very committed to its residents and being a part of the community and providing quality housing for all of its residents and participants in their housing programs. We are sorry we cannot be here today with you because we are attending a national conference to discuss not only our participation in the minority contractors business, but also to talk about housing issues in Fresno. We wish you well and thank you very much.
Steve Smith. I'm a project management instructor here at ITT, and I've been teaching classes here at ITT for about 2 years in project management and in some other classes as well. And one of the things I really enjoy about ITT is the really diverse population we have here. We have a wide variety of people that that come here to ITT that I teach. It's actually a melting pot, if you will. We got a bunch of different diversities from Black, Hispanic, Hmong people, Asian people, different type of races that come here to get an education. And a lot of people that come here are first-time people that get the first-generation people that actually get their degree and can actually parlay that into helping their not only immediate family but also helping their extended family as well. And the joy you can actually see when students graduate from ITT is actually a blessing for me to actually see and to share with other people as well. It's a joy for me to be able to teach classes here at ITT and to be able to have instructors here, students here such as Manuel.
Hi, my name is Manuel Rivera. I'm Hispanic. I'm here taking a criminal justice course right now. I got an AS in computer network systems, and I am the second generation in my family to come to school and get a degree. And both my parents are also Hispanic. My father, he's a field worker, and my mom, she's a caregiver. So it got me, when I saw her studying to get her caregiver certificate, I decided to come to school here at ITT, and I've enjoyed it so far for these past 4 years, and I'm thinking of coming back and getting my bachelor's in project management.
I'm Tom Simpson. I'm the dean of the campus, the ITT Technical Institute campus here in Clovis, California. The campus has been here for about 6 years. We are part of ITT Technical Institutes, which is part of Educational Services, Inc. We have about 144 campuses in 34 states. The campus here in Clovis was started about 6 years ago. To date, we've graduated about 500 students with both associates and bachelor degrees within the community. We have 4 schools within the campus. We have a school of information technology, a school of electronics technology, we have a school of drafting and design, and we have a school of criminal justice. In each of those schools we have associate degree programs and we have bachelor degree programs. Our student body is typically the non-traditional student. Our average age student is somewhere between 25 and 35 years old. They've gotten out of high school, they've worked in industry for about 10 years, and for whatever reason they want to come back to get an education to change their lives and make it better. We have a very diverse staff, and we have a very diverse student population. We're very excited to be part of the Diversity Expo. We think that our campus is a very good example of diversity because we appeal to so many different students, and we have a very diverse staff as well as our students. It's exciting because it brings an awful lot of different experiences into our campus, and we try to take advantage of that within the classroom, within with what the students do. We want to thank you, and thank you again for including us in part of the Diversity Expo.
ITT.
Hi, this is Carl Prandini. I'm Associate Superintendent for Clovis Unified School District, and we are so honored to be recognized by the Fresno Metro Black Chamber of Commerce here at the Diversity Expo. And we do a lot of things for all of our kids in our district. We know we need to meet the needs of all our students every single day, particularly our diverse students that have special challenges coming from poverty, second language students, kids that are traditionally underachieving sometimes in a public school setting. Particularly for our African American students, we've taken the lead with the United Black Men to put on one of the largest African American leadership conference. Over 400 kids have come out to Clovis North the last several years to hear speakers, to set goals, to chart their course for their future. And all of our schools have different type of leadership conferences and human relations days to improve the atmosphere on their campuses. We have Asian leadership conferences. The Hmong Leadership Conference has really led the way over at Clovis High School. Latino Success Conference at Clovis High and out at Clovis East. for years, Clovis West has had a female Hispanic leadership conference, and so we've put together special programs to support our kids, and we know that our teachers make the difference, and we've worked with our teachers for a number of years now on instructional strategies to meet the needs of a diverse community, our diverse students, our second language students, and their achievement to us is very important. And we start with induction every single year with our new teachers. We have a new teacher training that talks about our students, our neediest students, and how we can meet their needs. We have mastery learning concepts that we are working in at all levels, at all school sites to improve student achievement. And really, we're so committed to campus culture at our high schools and our secondary schools and our elementary schools, but particularly our secondary schools, where we know we have to be inclusive. We have to have a atmosphere on campus where kids feel a part of the community, feel accepted, and disenfranchised kids come in all sizes and colors and across all socioeconomic bounds. And connecting the disenfranchised is very, very important to Clovis Unified School District. So a variety of programs, from the very well-structured conferences to what we do every day in the classroom, and with our leadership and activities groups to have mosaic assemblies, increase the peace assemblies, various types of human relation activities so people feel included and comfortable and part of the campus. Once again, on behalf of Clovis Unified School District, our governing board, our superintendent, Dr. Janet Young, all of our employees, we would like to say thank you for this honor and this recognition, and we really appreciate being part of this day.
We know PG&E again is just such a great sponsor, and I had the opportunity to go to the Government Affairs office, and I just saw this, array of glass and plaques and so forth, because they are such a great supporter in the community. And so we wanted to add that, so when people come into the PG&E office, they know that PG&E supports business diversity here in Fresno. So we want to present this presenting sponsor plaque to Cindy Pollard and the PG&E team.
Since AT&T Supplier Diversity, it's a pleasure to be here at this expo. A lot of energy, a lot of suppliers who are trying to expand their opportunities and to be more a part of the economic resurgence in California. So, a great event. Congratulations to the Fresno Area Black Chamber of Commerce and the other partners in putting on the activity.
Just fantastic. I really was. I appreciate all the effort, the time put in, and I think it was really beneficial.
This is my first time here, and I'm really glad to be here and getting to know a lot of new people.
Great. It was great to identify the businesses that are making a difference in the community and to actually see them be awarded. So it was great in that aspect.
Fantastic. Inspirational, creative, innovative. I'm glad I came and participated. You guys are doing a fantastic job. Keep up the good work.
So, Diversity Expo, excellent opportunity for not only entrepreneurship, networking, business opportunity. This is a great event. I'm glad we're here. NorCal Bounce is here because we believe in Fresno. We know it's doing big things thanks to Fresno Metro Black Chamber of Commerce.
This is by far the best expo that we've actually been a part of, and I am so looking forward to the next one that we do. But I'm also looking forward to that leadership conference that's coming up as well. So enjoy this expo, and the Black Chambers will keep on doing the things that we're doing. So have some fun, everyone.
Great
great being here. We're a small company, growing, and this just gives us a lot of resources for networking.
Well, the Expo's been fabulous, and we're really proud to be a part of it. So thank you.
PG&E is extremely pleased to partner with the Fresno Metro Black Chamber of Commerce in presenting today's Business Diversity Expo. We think that when business is strong, the economy is strong, and when the economy is strong, people are at work. And so we're pleased to partner with them to help the businesses here in the Central Valley to be as strong as they can be.
Vendors that we have used in this expo. This entire expo has been done by minority-owned businesses. From every aspect of this expo, we use local minority-owned businesses. So if you have a question, well, can minority businesses, do they have the capacity? Can they be used in Fresno? This entire event was done with minority-owned businesses.